Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Mr. Man's Insider. Man, if you're a Spider-Man fan like me, you've probably been watching every single state of play, refreshing every random leaked subreddit and every insider tweet, hoping for any crumbs about the mysterious Venom game from Insomniac. Because, let's be real, that symbiote tease at the end of Spider-Man 2 left us starving. We got that insane boss fight where you play as Venom, smashing through the city, and that raw power fantasy. And then, nothing. It's been radio silence for years. The 2023 Insomniac leaks showed us a full standalone Venom project, supposedly dropping in 2025. Then, 2025 came and went, no announcement, no trailer, and so we as fans started assuming the worst. But hold on. Just in the last few days, things got chaotic again. Miles Morales actor Nadji Jeter drops what sounds like a bombshell on a podcast, saying the Venom game got cancelled because of Tony Todd's passing. And then Jason Schreier and other devs immediately pushed back hard, saying that's not true. So what the heck is actually going on? Is Insomniac's Venom spin-off still in production right now in 2026, or is it quietly dead? Today, we're diving deep into every rumor, every credible update, what the game could actually look like, and why this matters so much for the future of Insomniac's Marvel universe. Stick around because there's a lot to unpack. If you're hyped for more symbiote chaos, smash that like button and let's get into it. Alright, let's rewind a bit so we're all on the same page. Back in December 2023, Insomniac got hit with that massive ransomware attack, and over 1 million files got leaked online. Inside all that mess was an internal roadmap slide from July 2023 that laid out their Marvel plans clear as day. Marvel's Venom was listed for fall 2025, Wolverine right after in 2026, then Spider-Man 3 later down the line. Even hints at X-Men stuff way further out. From the leaks, this wasn't going to be some tiny DLC. It looked like a full spin-off, probably AA sized like Miles Morales. Shorter than the main games, but still packed with content. The working title floated around as something like Venom Lethal Protector, which makes total sense because that's the classic Eddie Brock comic run, where he becomes the anti-hero protecting the innocent while still being a total beast. What else did we see? Playable Venom, obviously, with that brutal, heavy combat we only got a taste of in Spider-Man 2. Remember those sections? The way the camera shakes when he slams into buildings, the tendrils ripping cars apart, the sheer weight behind every punch. Insomniac nailed the power fantasy there. The leaks also mentioned a carnage-infected New York, possible symbiote swapping or different hosts, and even teases toward bigger threats like Null down the road. Some files apparently showed completed combat and traversal systems, story outlines smoothed out, and a ton of mocap and dialogue already recorded, including a lot from the late great Tony Todd. Honestly, that last part hurts a little now. Tony Todd's voice for Venom in Spider-Man 2 was perfect. It was deep, menacing, but with that tragic edge when Eddie and the symbiote argue. Fans were already speculating the game would let you play as Eddie Brock full time, maybe exploring his complicated relationship with the symbiote, redemption arcs, or straight up carnage against other symbiotes. What if we get sections where you're trying to control the hunger versus letting loose, or team up moments? The what if scenarios here are endless. But then the leak happened. Development probably got disrupted, timelines shifted, and we heard crickets. Wolverine got pushed, but stayed visible with occasional teases. Venom vanished from the conversation. By late 2025, a lot of us were thinking maybe it got quietly shelved or folded into Spider-Man 3. The Carnage side quest in Spider-Man 2 felt like the perfect setup. Maybe they just saved it for the big finale instead. Fast forward to literally days ago, in April 2026, Nadji Jeter, the voice and face of Miles Morales, is on the Love It Film podcast and casually drops what sounds like an exclusive. This is what he said.
No, if they were to do a Venom game, they'd have to make that R rated or something like that, you know?
And you know, and I'm gonna give y'all an exclusive. I'm gonna give y'all an exclusive. We were gonna have a Venom game. We were gonna have a Venom game and a Venom DLC, but we lost Tony Todd.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Yeah.
yeah,
You can't do it without him. He was so good at the whole
yeah,
embodiment of that character. Oh, that's
yeah, yeah. They show me they show me how it was gonna start. They show me how everything was gonna be. It was gonna be a Venom video game. Like just straight Venom, how y'all played the Venom playthrough. It was just gonna be a Venom video game.
On the surface, that sounds pretty final, right? Voice actor talking about an unannounced project usually means it's dead, and they don't have to worry about the NDAs anymore. A lot of fans immediately started mourning the game, thinking the loss of Tony Todd's performance made continuing impossible or too painful. And let's be honest, recasting Venom after that iconic voice would be tough. Todd brought so much gravitas. Replacing him might feel wrong to a lot of people. But here's where it gets messy and exciting again. Almost right away, people started pushing back hard. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, who has an insane track record on PlayStation and Insomniac reporting, jumped into a reset era thread and simply said, "This isn't true. Not maybe, not partially, straight up denial." Then a verified game developer on the same forum, not from Insomniac but someone who talks to devs, said that at GDC 2026, which happened in March, people from Insomniac were still discussing the Venom project like it was active, and Tony Todd passed away in 2024, way before GDC 2026. So the timeline on the cancellation reason doesn't line up if the project was still being talked about positively months later. Other reports from sites like MP First, WCCF Tech, and even older September 2025 updates kept saying the Venom project remains in development, or still in active development, potentially as a smaller Miles-style spin-off focused on Eddie Brock, aiming for a 2027 window, after Wolverine drops in fall 2026. Multiple Instagram and Threads accounts summarizing insider chatter echoed the same thing. It's very much alive, just not announced yet, because Insomniac is heads down on Wolverine right now. So let's be real for a second. This whole situation is a classic gaming rumor whiplash. Leaks get old, priorities shift after a hack, and key talent passes away, and suddenly everyone has a different piece of the puzzle. Maybe Nadji was told at one point it was cancelled and connected the dots to Tony's death emotionally. Or maybe the project got paused, reworked, or moved to a smaller scope and he wasn't fully updated. Or, and this is the most hopeful option, it's still cooking, but they're being super quiet because they want to reveal it properly after the Wolverine hype. Insomniac and Sony almost never comment on unannounced stuff, so we're left piecing it together like detectives. So my personal take, I really hope that it is still happening, and I think it probably is. Insomniac has proven that they can do incredible character-focused stories. Look at how they made Peter's story in Spider-Man 2 feel so grounded and emotional, even with all the spectacle. A Venom game gives them a chance to go darker, more brutal, maybe even a bit of horror vibes, with the symbiote hunger mechanics. Imagine free roaming as Venom in a more destroyed, chaotic New York, where your choices affect how much the symbiote takes over, or switching between Eddie and the symbiote's perspective. Carnage as the main villain would be absolutely incredible. That rivalry is legendary in the comics. Compare it to Miles Morales. That game felt fresh because it was shorter, tighter, and let Miles shine with his own powers. A Venom spin-off could do the exact same thing, give us that lethal protector vibe without needing a 30-hour epic. And honestly, after playing as Venom in Spider-Man 2 for those short bursts, I am dying for more. The traversal, where you're slinging massive tendrils across skyscrapers, the ground pounds, cracking the pavement, the way enemies just get absolutely ragdolled. The gameplay loop has so much potential to evolve. The what if scenarios are getting me so hyped too. What if we see an anti-Venom show up? Or hints at Null setting up a bigger symbiote invasion for Spider-Man 3? What if the game lets you play co-op sections with Spider-Man cameos? The community is already speculating like crazy on Reddit and Twitter. Some want full open world chaos, Others want more linear, story-driven experience, like the best parts of the Spider-Man games. Either way, it would fill that gap perfectly between Wolverine and whatever comes next. Of course, there's still risk. If they do recast Venom, it has to be done right. Someone with that same commanding presence. And after the leak, scope just might have changed. But Insomniac's track record is strong. They don't half-ass Marvel stuff. If it's still in production, even in a smaller form, I'm betting it'll deliver. So, bottom line, as of right now, in late April 2026, the Venom game was never officially announced, so Insomniac doesn't have to confirm or deny anything. But the weight of evidence from multiple insiders, including Schreier's quick denial and GDC chatter, suggests it's not fully cancelled. It's likely still in some stage of development. Probably pre-production or early full production, eyeing a post-Wolverine release around 2027. Wolverine is the priority right now, and we're getting more info next spring apparently, so Venom is playing the long game. This also fits the bigger picture. Insomniac is clearly building out a connected Marvel universe on PlayStation. Spider-Man games, Wolverine, potential X-Men stuff later, a Venom spin-off slots in beautifully as the bridge connection. But the fans are split right now. Some are skeptical after the silence, others are cautiously optimistic again. I'm in the hopeful camp, but I get why people are frustrated. We just want to know more. Look, whether the Venom game drops in 2027 or gets reworked into something else, one thing's clear. Insomniac knows how to make us care about these characters. That symbiote hunger for a proper game is real, and I for one am still holding out hope we'll get to go full Lethal Protector mode someday soon. What do you guys think? Do you believe the project is still alive, or do you think Nadji's comments mean it's done? Would you rather have a shorter Miles-style Venom game or a full-blown 25-hour epic? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. If you've enjoyed this deep dive, hit the like button, subscribe for more gaming news, rumors, and upcoming AAA breakdowns. Turn on notifications so you don't miss when Wolverine news or any Venom updates drop. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Stay hyped, stay gaming, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.